Good morning and welcome to the Aired Out podcast from Fly on the Wall Productions. First and foremost, before I say anything else, happy Thanksgiving, even though it's not Thanksgiving. I know it's only Wednesday. We have a winter emergency parking ban that is being issued by Berry City for tomorrow, Friday. No parking on city streets or parking lots from 1 a.m. until 6 a.m. Violators will be towed. Okay, we're just getting this message. I love this. I love this new app from Berry City. Parking available at the BOR during the ban. Visit the website for parking instructions so your vehicle is not towed. berrycity.org/winter parking. Okay. Again, the best way to get winter parking ban alerts from Berry City is to sign up for the regroup messages on the app there called Regroup. Get on berrycity.org, and all the information that you need for that is right there. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. No one is, first of all, you've got the Aired Out podcast from Fly on the Wall Productions. North Main Street, Berry. Seen and heard everywhere you get your podcast. Streaming on the web at airedoutVT.com. Have you been on that page yet? If you haven't, check it out. airedoutVT.com. It's all right there. Everything you need to know. Yes, we're going to be talking about FGB theaters this morning. Yes, we're going to be talking about some of the news headlines, the icy roads that are blamed for multiple crashes in Vermont yesterday morning. And I'll tell you, this morning, it kind of depends on where you are, but man, it is seriously slick out there in some areas. Depends if you're in the if you're in the higher elevations. But some black ice this morning. Please be careful. All right. Zoe Saunders to be the state education secretary. Yes, we have that story. No charges after that violent crime ending in death in St. Johnsbury and a missing Bolton man. We're going to be talking about all of these things this morning. Again, good morning. If you're just tuning in, no one is winning the Mega Millions jackpot in time for Thanksgiving, sadly. No grand prize winner in last night's lottery drawing. So the jackpot's going to roll over to $514 million for Friday's drawing, with the cash option of $240 million. That's the one that I would go with, especially at my age. Just do it. Give the rest to Uncle Sam. Who gives a damn? At $240 million cash in the pocket? Really? Nobody matched all six numbers for the Mega Millions lottery since September. So there's money in the pot. A lot. 240. Can you imagine? Taiwan On Day today is the national day. Let me say it again. Taiwan On Day today. Let me say this before I go any further this morning. I understand that the day before Thanksgiving, there's going to be plenty of you, especially tonight, that are going to tie one on. Hopefully, you got a chance to see the photos of that car that I took yesterday and put on the Aired Out page. If you haven't seen the pictures, please scroll down into yesterday and you will see them. I'm going to try to reshare them too if I can remember. It's all about remembering. But man, that car was just destroyed. Don't know anything about the occupants in that vehicle, but please, if you are going to tie one on, please do so responsibly. And you can tie as many as you want on, but just please go easy. My God, all right? Don't risk somebody else's life, let alone yours, all right? It is so much more than just the penalties, and it is so much more than just having a wrecked car. It's about the fact that you're loved by so many people, and you could be taking out the life of someone who is innocent. So just rethink it. If you're gonna drink, please don't drive. Okay? We got the winter storm watch from 1 a.m. Thursday through 1 a.m. Friday. Wow. Up to 7 inches of snow, mainly for Orange, Rutland, and Windsor counties. We have morning snow showers this morning. That was kind of nice to see. I'm going to be honest with you. As soon as I stepped out into the barn, you can smell the snow. That's that clean smell. I love it. Partly sunny skies later today, 40 degrees. All right, 27 and partly cloudy tonight. Thanksgiving snow and 34. Friday, 37 and partly sunny skies. Birthdays today: Peter Kenyon, Beverly DeForge, Lisa Hickory, Michelle Miller, Cliff Kenyon, Sandy Sear, Audrey Murphy, Shelley Matz, Holly Moyer, Casey Germain, Mark Chestnut, Rob Hunter, and Ben Kelly. If you know these folks, please give them some love on Facebook. All right? Got a nice story, Daily Dose of Feel Good this morning. It is up on the page right now about this girl who had some Taylor Swift tickets. I think this was out like Seattle way, and auctioned them off for charity, and my God, what was it, like $26,000, all going to, I think it was I put the link up there, but I think it was like a local nursing home or something. Unbelievable. Fantastic story. Sports, Aaron Rodgers has yet to make a decision on his career after this season. During his appearance on the Pat McAfee show, he admitted that he's unsure about wanting to play in 2025 and says the Jets would be his first option if he does. That's probably one of the biggest sports stories going on right now. In addition to the games that are going to be played tomorrow on Thanksgiving, I will be sitting and watching some of them. Good morning, VT Coyotes. Yes. Good. I don't know if it's Anthony or if it's Martha this morning, but good morning to you guys. Amy and Chuck and Glenn, Dave, Donna. Just glancing here. Wow. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. We're going to check in with Rusty Dewees here in just a little bit. I love having him on. He comes on. I think this is like, I'm going to say, roughly our 25th year of having him on, either the day before Thanksgiving or 2 days before Thanksgiving. We always talk Thanksgiving, and I love Russ. And I love the fact that he's going to come on with the On the Aired Out podcast this morning. So that's just in a few minutes. Governor Phil Scott, again, appointing Zoe Saunders to be the state education secretary. The appointment yesterday comes 7 months after the state Senate rejected her nomination to the position, and it takes effect immediately. Scott reappointed her as interim education secretary after the Senate vote in April. Scott's new appointment is going to be hard for the legislature to stop, as the body is adjourned for only the governor can call them into special session. Wow. Big story. Here's another big one, and this one has got a lot of us scratching our heads this morning, including me. That's why my hair's so messed up. The investigation into the July incident in St. Johnsbury, where 2 people died and 2 others were stabbed, has ended without charges. State police say the evidence shows that 42-year-old Nicholas Johnson entered a home on Cottage Street and stabbed 3 people. 21-year-old Ben Lyons died, with Patrick Mayhew and Jennifer Bradley suffering stab wounds. Mayhew then shot and killed Johnson, who was a former partner of Jennifer Bradley. This is what bugs me. And I'm sure I might take some heat here from some of you. I don't know. When I'm in the car today traveling, I am going to read this story more thoroughly. But what I'm confused about is why no charges. Maybe some of you know. I know, Glenn, how is that possible? I'm sure there's more to this story that maybe the public doesn't know about. But we know who pulled the trigger. We know who stabbed some people. Why no charges? Baffled on this one. Icy roads blamed for multiple crashes in Vermont. Yesterday morning was crazy. I want to thank Stacy and Paul for coming in here, but it was a insane start to the morning. Interstate 89 closed right near Exit 8 in Montpelier for about 2 hours yesterday. Freezing rain, black ice, 6 vehicles crashing, including that tractor trailer. Everyone's seen the pictures now. Police say there were multiple ice-related crashes and spinouts on 91 as well, especially in southern Vermont. No serious injuries reported from the crashes attributed to slick roads. So that's great news. But, yeah. And John Dupree checking in with me yesterday, saying it was just nuts from Dupree's towing. State police trying to locate a Bolton man who has not been seen or heard from by family in weeks. 29-year-old Robert Painter has not contacted family members since November 2nd. He's known to live out of his 2017 Chevy Cruze. Reportedly has mental health issues. Anyone with information on his location is asked to contact the state police, Williston Barracks, or anyone in the state police. Amazing. Thanksgiving travel rush is on. Most airlines running smoothly so far. I'm seeing the national headlines this morning, despite a few long lines at some of the airports. Most holiday travelers going to be hitting the road to get to where they're going, and the TSA expects to screen 18.3 million airline passengers between today and Monday. And if those numbers pan out, this is going to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period on record. Some travelers can be heading off into rainy and snowy weather. So pack your clothes, pack your stuff, pack your patience. You're going to need it. Let's see. President-elect Trump's case over his alleged mishandling of classified documents is being dismissed. Jack Smith, special counsel, moved to have the cases dropped due to a Justice Department policy that a sitting president cannot be prosecuted. Top officials from Mexico and Canada say the hefty tariffs proposed by President-elect Trump would harm all of the economies involved. Trump vowed on Monday to impose a 25% tariffs on the U.S.'s North American trade partners on his first day in office. And man, is Mexico pissed. I just posted up that story a little bit. Look at the look on her face. She is not happy. Lawmakers are urging President Biden's move on marijuana legislation before his term comes to end in January. A group of Democrats has written a letter calling on the White House to move marijuana from a Schedule I to a Schedule II controlled substance. Hurry up and do it. People with HIV will be allowed to get kidneys and livers from HIV-infected donors under a new rule from the Biden administration. The rule, announced yesterday by the Department of Health and Human Services, gets rid of the requirement that these kinds of transplants only be allowed as part of clinical research. Walt Disney Company going to pay out $43 million to settle a discrimination lawsuit. The lawsuit alleges multiple female employees at Disney being paid less than their male counterparts in the same role. Ouch. The analysis was done from a company from 2015 to 2022 and found that women at Disney were paid less than similarly situated men by an average of 2%. Not good. Ceasefire has taken effect between Israel and Hezbollah militants in Lebanon. That's a big story in the world right now. Benjamin Netanyahu says he agreed to the 60-day ceasefire to give his troops a break so that they could focus on the Palestinian militant group Hamas. Whew. Boy, I know there's just a lot of stuff going on this morning. A lot of stuff. But it is the day before Thanksgiving. This is when we shift gears, despite a few long lines at the airports. We have a dozen flights showing so far to be canceled. FlightAware.com has got that story. Most holiday travelers going to hit the road between 1 and 5 today. So, Rusty Dewees with us this morning. Good morning, old fella.
Hey, fella, what are you doing, old boy?
Where are you right now?
Oh, shoot. Now, the reason it's weird, it sounds weird. Does it sound weird?
A little bit, yeah.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you sound like you're in your rig. Yeah, I can hear you. We got you. Yeah. Definitely not on the toilet, which I think he has been in the past when he's been on the air with me. Are you there, old Russ? Well, we may have to, let's see if we can try him back here this morning. Rusty Dewees, the logger, obviously in his vehicle, it sounds like. But, yeah, this is like year 25-ish that Russ has been with me on the air day before Thanksgiving. Good morning, buddy.
Now you got me, man.
We got you. Russ, are you excited about Black Friday? Before we even get started this morning, are you going to be getting up at the ass crack of dawn on Black Friday and hitting all the stores and getting all the shopping done?
I love Christmas so much that I want to have a fun time with it. So I don't want to be jammed in with people. So no, I'm not good. I'm hearing a buzzing. It's an awful buzzing. Is it my fault? Probably.
It's your phone, bud, not mine. You're good on my end.
Okay, hold on. That might have worked. No, I don't jam in. I don't jam. Don't jam. Now, some people, they have a good time jamming it in, but I don't. So that's the way it goes. I'm not going to get up. No.
Hopefully, Russ, you're looking forward to Thanksgiving, the festivities, the meal, not dreading it like so many of us. I mean, we all know Thanksgiving is almost here. Many of us this year want to avoid conflict more than anything else and practice a little bit of Thanksgiving etiquette. More than ever before. In past years, and I never thought we would say this, but there are so many of us that are dreading Thanksgiving because of the discussion of politics. I mean, it is such a contentious issue. I mean, it's like we can't avoid it, buddy.
Okay. You don't even want to get into this. You remember in school when you get the paper back, it'd have red marks on it when you did wrong? Remember that?
I do, yeah.
You just did wrong. You said you can't avoid it. That's wrong. It can be avoided. Everyone has a choice, number one, to not say things that they think might upset someone else. Everyone also has a choice. It's their choice and no one else's. In fact, that's all they do have is their own choice. to not be upset by what someone else says. If someone else says something politically that you don't like, is there an injury to you? Do you have now brain cancer after that? Is your child lost in the woods? No, it doesn't mean anything. The other thing where you get a red check is, you said at the beginning of that statement, this year more than ever. People listen to old Russ. They say that every year. They say that every year. It's a media construct. This year more than ever. This year more than ever. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
You're totally right, buddy. But I mean, come on. Look at this election season. I mean, was it not divided, buddy? My God.
No. That's a fake thing. Anybody in your listening audience, please email me. Say, Russ, I want to ride around with you all week and do your life. I ride around. I went to Italy. I went to Savannah, Georgia recently, all of these things. New Mexico. I'm on the planes. I'm in the terminals. I'm on a plane coming back from California the day after the election. Not a peep out of anyone. Everybody's quiet. There's no fights on the plane. You go into the bathroom. There's not a peep. We're not divided. That's crap. They tell you that on the media so that they can get ratings, so that their corporate sponsors will pay them money. It's not divided.
Interesting.
It's not.
How are you? And I did a little bit of role playing with Paul yesterday on the air. I'd like to do that with you right now, Russ, if I could.
Go ahead.
Let's pretend that we're at the Thanksgiving table right now.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, buddy.
All right. Russ, when you get a chance, pass me the mashed potatoes. And by the way, my God, can you believe Trump and the tariffs? What is this going to do to our economy and the supply chain? Jesus, everything's going to be going up now.
JD, taters coming at you. By the way, who made these taters? Sherilyn, did you make these taters? Did you put cream cheese in them? Because they're the best ever. Unbelievable. My mother used to make mashed potatoes. Oh, she'd do the clickety-clack on the masher, and I really remember that every Thanksgiving morning. Well, anyways, that's the way it goes. Hey, by the way, turkey, really, really good. Done.
Can you believe that what is Trump doing? Is he pardoning himself now? I mean, my God, all these charges against Trump now that he's the president, totally dismissed. The guy got off.
I don't follow that. Anyway, what's everybody thankful for? Let's go around the table. Susie, you start.
Russ, there was just a survey about some of the rudest things that you can do at the Thanksgiving table, and among them on the list here, and I want to run them down. Using your cell phone, bringing uninvited guests, criticizing the food, putting salt on the food before you taste it. God, Sherilyn gets pissed when I do that, and showing up late. What say you about some of these things?
Well, I kind of agree. I mean, I'm not going to charge anybody and put them in jail if they do any of those things. And I think of all those things, the salt on the food is the least. But yeah, I mean, I don't think you want to get on your phone, and I don't think you don't want to be late. You don't want to bring people. You know what I mean? I agree with those things. Try not to do those. I would never do them. Here's the key, though. I think I'm coming up. By the way, I'm in my car, so if I go off for just a second, I'll be back. But I'm in an area where the reception's good. By the way, if anyone does those things, the thing to do is not to mention it. Just, again, it's your choice not to get aggravated if somebody gets on the cell phone. It's your choice not to get aggravated if somebody puts salt on the food. We allow ourselves, we choose to actually get aggravated, to be upset by someone bringing an extra friend. You should embrace all of that. The word of the holiday's named Thanksgiving. It means give thanks. So you can give thanks if they get on their phone. Maybe they're on the phone looking to see if the present that they bought you has come in yet. And that present is a brand new Chevy, big old 2500. You know what I mean? So let's not judge. Let's not judge.
Uh, remember this with the food. It took hours to make. So thank the cook, even if you really don't like the vegetable or how it was done. Just don't mention it at all. Just
Yeah, yeah. Your the giving thanks is for the effort of the cook.
Right.
It's not for the outcome. Yeah.
And don't be, I think fair to say, don't be the person that makes people have to wait to eat. If you're, if you're a really good guest, arrive on time. Don't arrive too early. Maybe bring a small gift for the host. Offer to help out. Keep the conversation light and fun, like you're saying. And, these are obvious things. Thanksgiving, Russ, it is known for, of course, turkey, football, awkward conversations with people that you see once a year. You and I have talked about this on the air I was just saying, for like 25 years. Do you realize that?
That's right.
That you've been coming on the air with me before Thanksgiving for that long? We're talking back in 2000 when I started at Froggy. That's when you started coming on the air with me and talking about Thanksgiving, buddy.
I do realize that. I like that. That's great. Time flies. It's that old thing. But yeah, no, I do realize that. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
I am going to be asking you what your plans are for Thanksgiving, but we get so worked up, Russ, about the aunt in the holiday sweater covered with cat hair, the cousin who you're pretty sure participated in the Capitol riot, the sister in college who almost didn't come because Kamala lost. We got the neighbor who brings the congealed dish that nobody touches. We got the entire room of men who talk to nobody and just watch football. This can be an awkward time. We got the aunt that shows up with the chihuahua that's trying to dry hump everybody's leg. Thanksgiving is it's an interesting couple of hours.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting it out there. I would love to think in the worst case scenario. Again, I think most people, though they experience at least a part of what you just said at a Thanksgiving, most people are very tolerant, and most Thanksgivings come off without a hitch. Now, what is fun? Let's turn it around and make all those things fun. You go with someone, maybe your wife or your husband or your kid, and you go to that Thanksgiving, and then on the way driving home, then you talk about all that stuff. That's fun. We all just rumor, we all just gossip. What do you and I talk about when we see each other? Me and you, we talk about people we know.
Yeah.
Have you seen Joe? We're not saying bad things about them, but that's called gossip because it's not, I don't know. I heard. So get in that car and have fun talking about the woman that likes Kamala and the woman that has the hairy sweater and the guys that actually care about football. But, you don't have to make conflict at that time. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Yeah.
What about, we're all kind of quietly dreading Uncle Bill, who has gained a lot of weight, has always smelled like manure, and he's there. And he's there for the long haul. He's not just there for the meal. He's staying afterwards. And, you as the host, you're stressed out because it's fucking chaos. Uncle Bill just clogged the toilet. We can't find a plunger. I mean, what do you do as a host dealing with the Uncle Bills in the world?
Well, I'll tell you about the toilet thing is a lot of people have just one toilet in their house, but a lot of people have two.
Yeah.
So I think when your guests arrive, say they've been to your house 100 times, but still, you say, "Oh, hi Sue, hi Joe, hi little Jerry, hi little Marie. Look, put your coats up there. It's great. There's a bathroom here to use if you want to be more private. There's a bathroom downstairs." You make that announcement. So hopefully he goes downstairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always tell people that when they come in the house, I say, there's a bathroom there. If you want to be more private, there's a bathroom downstairs you can use. I say that, and then they go. So, but the bottom line is this. If you choose to go to one of these Thanksgivings, which may have things that you don't like, if you choose to go, then that's your choice. You then will either suffer Uncle Bill, suffer Aunt Marie, or you'll shut your mouth and enjoy them as they are. Or you're like me. I don't go anywhere. I'm home by myself because I think Thanksgiving is a construct. And since my mother died, I'm not really interested. Literally, I'm being serious here, but I'm not being a dick. I'm not really interested in going to Thanksgiving dinners where there are a lot of people. Not because I think the people are a pain in the butt, but because I like to use Thanksgiving Day as a very restful day. And if I'm among 5 or 6 or 3 or 4 or 2 people, there is energy there that I don't like to take part in. I have to tell them about my trip to Italy. They want to know this, they want to know that. Or even worse, when they ask you about Italy and then you start telling them about it and they don't listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I choose not to go to these days. I'm not anti-Thanksgiving. But again, I don't have any. I have my Monica, my goddaughter, who's really, really, we're close. But she would invite me, and I've been invited a couple places, but I don't go because I'd rather. And I also don't overeat. You know me. I'm not like a big guy that's like, oh man, I can't wait to eat. I can't wait to eat so much I injure myself with pain. So I don't do that either. So it's not interesting to me.
Russ, you and I are very different. I like to overindulge to the point where I am in pain.
Well, I mean, it's true. It's a true thing.
A lot of pain.
It's a true thing. I am not saying you're a fine man, and you and I, we're like almost, or literally, we act as brothers, and that's our relationship. But the little difference is I'm a baby. I literally kind of know I'll eat so much that I won't feel good for 3 hours. I value not having that pain over the satisfaction I get when I overeat.
Sure. Yeah. Here's part of the problem, Russ. A lot of us, and I'm one of them, we fast before we have that large meal.
Well, that's good. Why is that a problem?
Well,
that's good.
I'll tell you why it's a problem, because our stomachs are empty, and then we're like, oh no, I'm not having breakfast because Thanksgiving is coming up, and I'm going to overeat. And when you've got an empty stomach, and then you overeat, and you're eating too many things, and you're eating too quickly, you're ingesting all of this air, which screws up the whole digestive tract, and be mindful. Pace yourself. Take it easy. The experts say have breakfast in the morning. Get something in your stomach before you start eating. Stay hydrated. Have you ever had to post Thanksgiving meal duck out for the post meal fart walk?
I've had to duck out for during the meal fart walk. But no. I mean, you eat some stuff. So
yeah.
But no, I don't. No, I never have. I have a normal system. I do that when it's every once in a while, certain foods, but I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. The New York Post just came out with their list of the top gas-producing intestinal wrath foods. Roasted Brussels sprouts, top of the list.
Okay.
Macaroni. Yeah, you believe that. Macaroni and cheese.
That, yeah.
Macaroni and cheese, Brussels sprouts, we mentioned that. Broccoli casserole, sweet potatoes and candied yams. And
Okay.
by adding the sugar and the marshmallows, that just intensifies things. Moderation is the key here, Russ, I think, and making sure that you know not only where the plunger is, but where the exit of the house is if you need to get outside and let one slip.
Yeah. There's another thing you could do, and again, I'm not an expert. You talk about not eating, excuse me, not eating much during the day so that your stomach is empty. And I'm not telling anyone of your listeners something they don't know, but you can expend more energy before the Thanksgiving meal, because that means you need more calories.
Yeah.
And really, it's not about the size of the potato lump you're eating. It's about how many calories. So if you're a guy, I probably burn, like, just living in 24 hours at my weight, I probably burn 2,000 calories a day. That was just like standing there.
Right.
And a day is 24 hours. So if I go out and I do some extra stuff, I could burn 1,000 more calories. And it's a lot to burn 1,000 calories. If you're on a treadmill, those computer things aren't really right. 1,000 calories is a ton. So then I would need to eat 3,000 calories within a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that you can do. So you go to the first Thanksgiving at noon, and you have about 2,000 calories, and then at 6 o'clock, you have another 2,000. You've had 4,000. You haven't overeaten that much.
Right. Russ, gravy for you? Gravy on the mash? Butter on the mash? Extra gravy? Do you drown? Do you just drown the whole plate with gravy? What do you do?
It's funny. That's an interesting question for me because, honest to gosh, for years, like my whole life, like even through my 50s, I'm 64 now, I really didn't put gravy on the mashed potatoes. I was like, I want to have the mashed potatoes without the taste of the gravy or the turkey. But now, if I go somewhere, I would have a little gravy on the turkey and a little gravy on the mashed potatoes. Yes, I would. So that has changed within a half a decade. Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, Russ, that I've asked you for 25 years now. And
go ahead.
It's a serious question, and many people have assumed that you're leaning towards something else here with your answer, but I'm going to ask you straight up. White meat
Go ahead.
or dark meat for old Russ?
Dark meat, man. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Still here.
Dark meat, man. I like that dark meat, and I will have the white meat. I'll have them both. But if there's a platter of turkey out, and it looks like someone did a nice job cooking the turkey, I take the dark meat, basically.
Yeah.
Because I don't get it that often.
Right. What about vegetarians coming as guests for Thanksgiving? Do you have to have a tofu turkey? What do you say to them? Do you just say we have plenty of plenty of vegetables? What do you do for a vegetarian that's coming to Thanksgiving, Russ?
Well, first of all, it's funny, I used to try to be really funny, but actually I'm answering truthfully now. By the way, first of all, I'm driving right now safely. And some of the fields look so pretty today with the sun on them. Yeah. There's a new thing that you do. I don't know if you're aware of it. You probably are. I know a lot of people are. If you ask someone over for dinner, and I know this because I'm a guy that people ask me for dinner because I'm a single guy and they say this. Also, they say this at restaurants. Certain restaurants say this. The waiter will say, or the waitress will say this to you first thing. Come on over Thanksgiving, Todd. Oh, that'll be good. Listen, Todd, do you have any dietary restrictions or any dietary desires? And then it's up to Todd at that point to say, actually, I'm now a vegetarian. So if you have vegetables, I'll probably be concentrating on those. Thank you very much. So that's what you do. You just ask them that before when you invite them,
But this is
Yeah.
this is a holiday that we celebrate with meat, Bob. Most of us it's turkey, but some of us it's ham and stuff. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Well, there's all sorts of other stuff for vegetarian pansy ass to eat. I mean, come on. There's string beans. There's the you said the roasted Brussels sprouts. So that they don't have to eat any meat. They don't have to eat meat. You know what I mean?
Will you be watching football, Russ, on Thanksgiving?
Oh shit! No, I could care less about football's ridiculous. I tell you what, though, I give the NFL credit. I always say they are the most brilliant professional sports football association ever, professional sports association ever. What they have done with football since you and I have been alive, you're 10 years younger than me exactly. I mean, it's a giant thing. Anything can happen with football. What I mean by that is you can have the star quarterback be a nice guy, and that's good for the marketing of football. Or you could have the star quarterback be someone who kills people and goes to jail, and they know how to turn that into a positive. You know?
Yeah.
It's brilliant. So, but no, there's certain things I have a long time ago. I asked myself, do I really enjoy? And this is not making fun of anybody who does enjoy it. What do I like? Do I like sitting in front of a TV for 2.5 hours watching commercials that are loud and really, for the most part, not interesting, or as a trade-off to watch all these guys who switch teams now? It doesn't even matter. All these guys, first of all, it's funny, a bunch of He-Man alpha men sitting around watching a bunch of men. It's just weird. And then do I want to watch them play about 12 minutes of the sport within those 2.5 hours? No, that's not how I'm spending my life, the time in my life. I don't think it's wrong to spend that time of life in time doing that, because I do things that in my life that other people would say, you're a knucklehead to do that, Rusty. But I say, oh no, I know, I'm a I
What about the National Dog? Yeah. What about the National Dog Show, Russ? It'll be in Philadelphia, year number 92. There's going to be a dog that's going to walk away with $20,000. The top dog. That show, that National Dog Show, will be on the TV right along next to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which of course is a tradition for so many of us to watch that.
Yeah, my mom loves that. But Don Como, you know Don and Peaches Como, don't you?
Of course.
Yeah, they're headed down. They have always dreamed to see that, and they're going this year. Listen, I'm on here. I'm being all righteous. I don't judge. I'll tell you what, those dog show people, that's just a big group of terrorists, man. Stay the hell away from them people. They are weird. Dude, you got to stay out of that realm. Hey, you know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You talk about sports, and I got to go in about 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You talk because I got 11 o'clock, and I'm going to it. It's not even 10. I'm going. You talk about sports. I'm friends with this Olympic silver medalist, and he's a World Cup alpine skier like Michaela Schifrin. Well, he's one of the guys, and he's from Richmond, Vermont, from the famous Cochrane family.
Oh yeah.
And December 4th, JD, I fly out to Beaver Creek, Colorado, to see my buddy Ryan. He comes up the house and helps me log and everything. To see my buddy Ryan Cochran Siegel ski the downhill. It's called the Birds of Prey downhill, and that's on the 6th. And then he'll ski the Super G on the 7th. And so people could say, well, Rusty's talking about football and the time you spend, and here he's getting on a plane and flying. Well, here's the thing about that. It's a big fun trip for me, but the actual run that Ryan and those guys he's skiing, competing against will make is like 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So I can watch Ryan on the YouTube after he's done a run like over in Europe all winter, and I'm done in 2 minutes and 15 seconds watching him. It doesn't take my whole. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. It doesn't take my whole. But I am interested in certain things, and that's an extreme sport. It's one of those one people sports, and it's dangerous, and it's fast, and it's technical, and it takes a lot of mind effort. And, so anyway, that's what I'm doing the 4th through the 8th of December. Looking forward to it.
Will you be going up to Killington, though, for the World Cup?
Jay, I don't know if you know this, my friend, but I've been there twice already to see the girls ski. Yeah. I'm not going this year because I don't want to do that and then turn around and have to fly. I don't want to overdo it. But yeah, they run a nice show down there. It might be fun to take Lily, Lily down there sometime soon, because not that she's into skiing, but she's a woman. She's a woman, and she's learning about life, and to see these professional women competing at that level, I think Lily would get a lot out of that.
I know you're tight on time. I want to ask you two real quick questions. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, I'm seeing 24 floats, 17 balloons, 11 marching bands. The Temptations are going to perform. Jimmy Fallon and the Roots are going to perform. Santa Claus, 600 cheerleaders, or the Rockettes. Which of those are you most looking forward to if you were to be watching the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Again, I really loved that when I was a kid, and that was a tradition for my mom. So I do hold a soft spot. Of course, I lived in Manhattan for 11 years, and I never saw that. But anyway, I'll answer seriously.
It's got to be the cheerleaders or the Rockettes.
The musical acts, like Jimmy Fallon and the Roots, I don't know. I got to think they're going to be all piped in, so they're not really doing it live, or they may do it soft. And anyway, I think, honest to God, you know me, I'm a Christmas pansy. I would look forward mostly to Santa Claus coming down and the whole
more than the Rockettes.
Energy. Yeah, I don't care about those Rockettes. They're a bunch of freaking no. I actually knew a Rockette, if you know what I mean. I knew a Rockette when I was living there, and they are very disciplined. And another thing you want to do with Lily is you want to take her down to that Radio City Music Hall Christmas Spectacular. I've never seen that, but friends of mine I trust rave. The Rockettes, again, it's piped in music. It's the performing is under duress. You're smashed in and everything. I think the energy of watching the Rockettes would pale in comparison to when Santa comes and little kids like younger than your Lily are looking up at that Santa, and the whole fantasy of that whole thing is that's the thing I would most look forward to.
Final question.
Hey, I got there are 4 Rockettes at my house right now. I mean, what the hell do I care? You know what I mean? So go ahead.
We have 2 turkeys from Minnesota that have been pardoned at the White House. Their names are Peach and Blossom. They traveled all the way from Minnesota to Washington, D.C. to be pardoned, and now they're on their way back to Minnesota to live out the rest of their lives on a swanky turkey farm. People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, is protesting, saying that we need to put an end to pardoning these animals. That Abraham Lincoln started this back in the late 1800s, this tradition, and it's been going on every year. That PETA says we need to just stop because we're promoting the meat industry. I was surprised. I thought that PETA would be in favor of this because we're saving the precious lives of 2 completely innocent turkeys. What say you, Russ?
Well, I say that I agree with them. In a roundabout way, we're promoting the whole holiday. And you said yourself on your own show that this holiday is based around eating meat. So I get their point. I say PETA is more than willing to come to my house and talk to me about their thoughts and everything. But I'm not changing my mind. It's really ironic in my life that as much as I love my cat, as much as I love animals, if you have a dog, you have your dog buddy, I just melt. But as much as I love those animals, I just keep eating meat. So it's really a conundrum in my life. I don't put a lot of thought into it, But I'm like, it's really interesting that I like the cows and everything. But hey man, let's go. I had last night, I had chicken and steak. I made it myself, So anyway, they can say whatever they want. I would vote to keep that tradition just because. Listen, America's nuts. All these constructs are nuts. I'm a Christmas pansy. That's the biggest construct of them all. But I can tell you what. There ain't no place like America right now. We have cars that you don't have to take the hood up and take the air cleaner top off and blow fuel down it and blow your head off. We have cars that have heat. We have a nice running toilet. There are people who are suffering in America. But to think that all the things we have right now in America, freedom being the number one, and we still have it, whether Trump ain't taking it away. And if Kamala was in there, she wouldn't ruin it either. It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. But if you want to keep the old pardon the turkey and have Santa come down in the Rockettes showing their nannies there every half second, I say bring it on. Have a good time, man.
Russ, this year you're in the car. Last year you joined us on the air from the toilet. I just want to say thank you ever so much for being with us here on Aired Out and making this a tradition for roughly 25 years, you being on the air. We love you, pal.
Hey, JD, we're going to do the Christmas one, aren't we?
Please, would you?
I want to come down to the studio for that one. Yeah.
Please, will you bring your? Will you be jingling your bells?
They'll be hanging down to my knees. See you later, Boydenil.
Love that guy so much. Rusty Dewees. Talking turkey and so much more this morning here on the Aired Out podcast. And listen, drop a comment. Give a thumbs up right now if you enjoy Russ. Give a heart. And if there's an emoji middle finger, if you want to give the one finger salute, you can do that too. It's up to you. Be free. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this morning. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out hitting the roads. Please drive carefully. And like I said this morning, if you're going to be drinking, please don't be driving. All right? That is a message right there from State Farm Insurance, Bobby Bartlett. Not worth it. Be safe. Be good. Take good care of one another. Deep breath before you go into the Thanksgiving, especially if you're going to be sharing the table with folks that you don't particularly enjoy. 6%. 6%. And I'll reveal the source here if you really need me to. But 6% of Americans say that they absolutely plan on arguing about politics this year at the Thanksgiving table. Don't be part of that 6%, no matter what. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thanks, Rusty. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Have fun. God bless. And again, happy Thanksgiving.